Well, actually, this Lent is the one that stretched me the most. After our deacon retreat, I looked at the idea that Father Jerry gave us on being in the desert, and tried to move in that direction and trying to appreciate this idea of desert and tying it to the challenge associated with dryness of prayer. And so I've gone through that and have been working through and found myself at times, following Ignatian, having those moments of consolation, but also moments of desolation. And I'm rereading or reading the book about spiritual discernment, and actually on Rule 8 now about, it's interesting, if you paraphrase the rule, it's this too shall pass. Right? We'll get through this, and in fact, we'll get through it sooner than you think. And so there have been challenges even during this first week of Lent, and I mentioned it at one of our masses, that even though we're here at the very beginning, that Jesus gave us that prayer, Our Father, who art in heaven, which ties really well into the idea of prayer, almsgiving, and fasting for those things of Lent. So I think the more I know, having been ordained recently, the more opportunity I get to go a little deeper into Lent and challenge myself to go and get a little more out of it. Well, I changed my routine a few years ago. Instead of listening to the radio first thing in the morning, you turn it on, you listen to talk radio, sports, whatever it might be. The first thing I did was put on either an app for the rosary or just pray the rosary on my own. So I would dedicate those first moments to prayer in the rosary. That idea of you take something away, you give up the radio, that was my time, but you fill it with something that is fulfilling, like prayer. And it seemed to help me get started most days in a better direction, at least focusing on things. And as I would pray through it, it would allow me to pray for my family, for other ministries, for other people, and again, took that focus off of me and put it on others during the season. I've enjoyed previously at Immaculate Heart of Mary in Los Alamos when they had Lenten missions, time to fellowship, small group, bond, get together. I don't think Lent has to be all by yourself. I think it's a journey we take with everybody else. And we have those books that are out there right now, right? The Eucharistic Conversion, where we're trying to get people together in small groups, or for whatever it might be. Maybe it's the fish fries on Friday, where you get a group and you bring them together and you do Stations of the Cross. I don't think Lent's intended to be punitive and by yourself. I think it's something we travel together as a community, as the body, and get more out of it. And in the process, help everybody else move forward.